All right. Welcome back to another episode of the Pin High Podcast presented by Pin High Media. This week, Max Homa, the people's golfer, in my opinion, the new Ricky Fowler of the tour. He's the media's sweetheart. He won the Wells Fargo for the second time, different course, over at TPC Potomac. And we're also going to preview the AT&T Byron Nelson. I'm going to be there this week down in McKinney, Texas, TPC Craig Ranch, another TPC, two straight. And we're going to start off the episode talking about how to play better in inclement weather. So let's get into it.
This is Jordan Spieth here,
and this is the Pin High Podcast.
All right, let's get inside the ropes. So last week, what we started off the episode with just like, our weekend golfer segment. Did you play golf between?
I played on Friday.
I didn't play golf, and I guess it kind of leads us
in the rain, which leads us to our topic of the week.
Our first topic, which is, golfing in inclement weather. If you're a true golf diehard, which, I feel like if you're listening to this podcast, you probably are. You've had some experience doing this because, you have one shot to play in the rain on Saturday or something because you can't Sunday, you can't during the week or something. You're going to play golf,
Yeah. We've played golf in 20 something degrees. We've played golf in rain. We've played golf borderline snow. We've pretty much done it all. And I played this weekend on Friday. We went out just because, the weather wasn't looking too hot, kind of stopped. And then we went out there. It was kind of raining, brought the umbrellas, brought the rain gear. Kind of sucked. Not going to lie.
Yeah. The more and more I play golf, the more and more fair weather I get. I don't love playing in the rain anymore. I used to just do it because I was like, I want to play golf, and I still do, but it's just like sometimes it's a little much for rain. Cold I'm fine with, as long as it's not like super uncomfortable and like, 10, 15 teens,
Yeah, I don't like wearing a lot of layers when I play golf too. So there's that. But yeah, we played in the rain. Yeah, it was tough. The ball.
Who'd you play with? Just your dad?
I play with Max.
Max.
The ball gets wet and it doesn't go that far, like at all. So which is like very underrated. You don't think about it that way, where I'm hitting a 4-iron off the tee on 2, and I think I hit it pretty good. 225, 230 is usually what I hit that club, and it goes like 170 yards. I'm like, well, the club face was all wet, the ball was soaked, like it had to be it. So definitely got to take that into account when you're playing in the rain.
Yeah, and I feel like the main tip there is just like, don't be a hero. Don't be like, oh no, I got 170. That's my stock 8-iron. It's like, take a 7. Don't be a hero.
And you see it on the PGA Tour where the caddies stand over them with the umbrellas, like right until before they hit the ball. Like obviously you can't do that. You don't have a caddy most of the times when you're playing in the rain, but like try to stay as dry as possible. Keep the clubs dry, keep the ball dry, make sure you have plenty of towels with you when you go out to play in the rain. Just plan accordingly for rain. If you're going to go out there and play in the rain, you'll have a much better time.
Yeah. And what other conditions can we talk about? I guess the wind. The wind's just one of those ones where it's like, take your medicine and just like, know that it's not going to be a scoring day and try to
yeah. And you have to like club up in the right, like, don't be afraid to club up 2 clubs, 3 clubs. Like,
yeah,
it happens. Like you could say, like you gave the example 170, like 170 is not going to be playing as, 8 or 7 iron. It's going to be a 5 iron or a 6 iron. Like you just need to once you get used to playing in the wind a little bit, you need to realize like this is a 2-club wind. Like you'll get really good at it really fast, and you'll figure out what clubs you need to use. But there's been plenty of times where I've like just not taken the wind into account at all, hit the stock club and came up way short. So, or the opposite, hit the stock club and went right over the back.
I feel like the overarching really theme here is just in all of this is, like I said, just don't try to be a hero. Because I feel like everybody gets wrapped up, at least I have in the past, gotten wrapped up in like, distance and like, it's an ego thing. It's like, oh yeah, I hit my clubs far, whatever. But it's like, okay, who cares? You scored a 6 on that par 3. You shot a 94.
Exactly. And the old man who was playing in your group shot like 85 and never hit the ball over 200 yards.
Hey, Patty Loopy slice was still actually no, over COVID I somehow didn't have a slice. Remember that?
Yeah, that was weird.
But then now I don't. But like I didn't have a slice, and then I have all of a sudden had a slice past COVID, and then got back my form. But like I don't know. I kind of did. And like Patty Loop slice, he scored.
I mean, short game is king.
Yeah,
when
Patty
you
Loop
play
slice, he knew
the
how to
style of
score.
golf that we play.
For anyone who doesn't know, Patty Loopy slice is me back when I would hit the ball about 195 yards to 220 maybe max.
Yeah, you would just hit it way up.
I probably 195.
You played it though. You played the loopy slice.
195 is a little like I probably hit it for.
It would happen. It would.
It was probably it would. It was probably more like what 215, 225.
Yeah,
somewhere in there. But like, and it was just a big slice right down the middle.
It's been a long time since we played with you having the loopy slice. Like I'm starting to like forget that a little bit that you had that like big. That was like your golf game for the first like 2 years, and it worked. It worked okay.
My missus
outscored me. Like
my miss is the hook now.
Loopy. Yeah. Yeah. So I mean, any other stories or thoughts of playing in?
I mean, I guess we can talk about some of the times we've done that.
I mean, also, if you're gonna play in the winter rules, put the ball up. Don't.
Yeah, you're playing the ball up, obviously.
Don't hit it in the in the rocks or the concrete. Like
if you hit it in the bunker, let's decide what the bunker is on that given hole. There might be snow in that bunker,
Yeah, or no sand at all. So,
or just like rock hard.
You're out there playing in the winter. You're not really trying to like score for the most part. So, just play it up, have a good time. Ball doesn't travel as far.
Sometimes during winter golf, I can actually play like, just like really good golf. Weirdly,
yeah,
sometimes.
Same. I think it's just because like there's not a lot of people on the golf course. Like, there's no expectation. Just kind of like hitting the ball around, and all of a sudden,
you have 4 pars in a row, and you're like, oh, let's start.
We did was that winter when we did the 5-man scramble?
It's the day before Thanksgiving every year.
Okay, so almost winter. Yeah, we scored.
The day before Thanksgiving every year, we have, or as it's 2 years running, we do the 5-man scramble. Me, Jeek, Trevor, Jawline Trevor, and Menet.
Yeah.
And what we score? We shot 60.
We shot 60.
I mean, granted, it's a 5,400 yard course, and there's 5 of us. We should have broken 60.
Yeah, we had a tough time on, what was it, 16? 16 was a par. We made par where like
did we make a short par on 16?
I think. Oh wait, did we make par? No. I think I actually hit it over the green. And I almost chipped in. If you remember, we made birdie.
So we did.
We almost made eagle. We should have made eagle on that hole.
Right, that's what it was. And then we had trouble with 17. We parred 17.
But we didn't remember. We remembered all the bad, like the bad shots and the bad holes. We didn't remember as like, didn't I make like a 30-foot putt on one of the holes to make like birdie?
On 15, Trevor made the last like, he was the 5th one to go, and he made like a slider down the hill, like I don't know, 12 feet, like clutch.
Yeah. And then I think I made like a 30-foot putt on like 5 or something. So
For
you
birdie,
know,
right?
and we didn't really like
I think you were
think
like
about
the
those
first one to
shots.
go too. So it was just like,
Yeah.
yeah, that is the
That's
one
a
thing.
fun time. If like you were looking for like a fun way to play golf, like go out
Play
with
winter golf.
or like
winter
even
golf.
winter golf, just even normal golf. Like go out with your group, maybe not 5 because a lot of courses aren't going to allow you to have 5, but I've seen it happen. Just play scramble. Play scramble and try to go as low as you can.
Especially
If you hit a bad shot, it doesn't matter at all. Like I hit so many bad shots, but like when you chip in and you make those putts or you hit one close, like it feels pretty good.
we're talking about like scrambles and our 5-man scramble.
Oh, it was a lot of fun.
Yeah, that was like probably
A
one
lot
of
of
the
fun.
most fun rounds of golf I've played, and it was like
It
35
was.
degrees and cold, and I had a lot of fun. So
But what I was saying is like, not like that group of 5 golfers, like, everybody's pretty good, at least average. But I'm saying though, like even during the summer, if you're going out for like a Saturday round, like, one of your buddies who can't like finish a hole, somebody who shoots like 100, somebody, but like, and then like you got 2 like good people. It's like, if y'all just play scramble, like,
Dude, it's
you got the camaraderie going. Nobody's
Yeah.
gonna be pissy. Nobody's gonna be mad because like they're not playing well. You're all gonna be like, together. You can get some drinks in you. I mean, it's like
common goal.
common goal. I mean, I might
I'm a
do
big
that the
scramble
next time
guy.
I play. I play with
love
like
scramble.
next time I play
Honestly,
with like DV and stuff. Like I might do that because like it's a good. I feel like that's a good.
that's literally.
The 3 of us though, it's like we can play our own balls.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but like every
and
once in a while,
we're kind of at the point where we want to play our own balls too, and
Like, kind of a ricochet shot at DV there, but
well, and my friends, like when I was at school, like none of my friends really played golf at all. Even going into college, like one of my friends had clubs that are literally made for like a 10-year-old, and just got new clubs this year. But all we did was play scramble, and whether it was we did teams, it would be at most 8 of us, and we would either go like we play 4 of us in a group, and like each score with each person, or after each hole we would text in the group chat saying what each team got on each hole. And so like we're playing against each other, so much fun. And then we would do like 3-on-3, or at the very end of school we did like kind of a mini 2-on-2 tournament where we played 2-on-2 for 9 holes in a scramble, and then 2-on-2 for last 9 holes. Like the winner of the first 9 holes plays the other winner of the first 9 holes. And it was literally
little Ryder Cup action.
So much fun. Yeah, the most fun.
That's what we should talk about next week. We should talk about Ryder Cup next week.
Yeah, we never really got that fully together, but
we might actually
do that.
So I mean, we can talk about this next week, but just for now, Bennett, not that we're just referencing a bunch of names that like nobody knows. But one of our friends, he might put together something at Oak Hills in Norwalk, Connecticut. For those who don't know, we've mentioned Oak Hills a bunch of times. But he might put something together there. He works there. And it would be like you guys, me, him, like, like a bunch of like guys who we, graduated high school with. It would be an interesting little
like outing type of
situation. But a Ryder Cup
though.
I might have to make the trip up to play in this.
Right. Forgetting you just live in Atlanta now. Or where you
I might be or the next weekend I might be back is maybe Memorial Day. I'm not really sure.
I'm in California.
So. But yeah, I'll still be back up in the summer a few times just to play some nice golf at Spoon.
We can talk about Ryder Cup and stuff next week. But I feel like on that note, we can kind of move into some PGA Tour news.
Yeah, absolutely.
But I mean, I am liking this new start to the episode. It's like giving me a refresh on.
Oh well,
odd.
Because I missed a start. I played golf last week. Only 9 holes.
How'd you do?
Shot 43. Well,
Okay.
first I parred the first 2 holes and I was feeling good, and then I immediately snap hooked into the water on the third hole.
You know, I'm usually the opposite when I play. I usually like triple bogey the first 2 holes, and then I par like the
And
next
then you par
5.
third.
Yeah.
I just the putting in a short game is actually very good, but and just everything is just a little bit like there'd be just a really bad shot every couple of holes with either an iron or a driver, and which is I'm not really surprised about, especially the driver, but it was a process, and I think I'm going to play hopefully I'm a caddy this coming weekend and play next Monday at the course I'm caddying at, which is very nice. And yeah, I'll see if who knows if I'll get up before that.
Yeah, that's just how it is nowadays.
Yeah, and because I have a game at Sunday at 1:30, so I have to be at the stadium at like 8 in the morning. So like it's hard to, if I have a game, it's hard to caddy or play in the morning. So it's just kind of.
Trev's a professional soccer player now.
Yeah, professional soccer player. Well, basically after all of the
After
injuries,
all the injuries, they might throw you in,
I
right?
might have to play, honestly.
They just
Get rid of the turf.
Yeah, Miles Robinson apparently was just like, my friends they had to volunteer to they didn't have anyone the guys that were supposed to be doing the stretcher,
Like
carry
carry
on
on
the stretcher.
Yeah.
They quit. So my friends who like work in like sales had to volunteered, and like said, like the guy's like, oh, it happens every couple of years. And of course, like today, like the other day, like Miles Robinson tears his Achilles, and they have to stretcher him off. And like, so they're on TV stretching him off, and said he was not happy about the turf.
Well, yeah,
So,
he's gonna miss the World Cup, which is
I know,
That's
which
awful.
really sucks.
Yeah.
Really
Soccer
sucks.
talk.
My friend was not.
There's-
My friend was not
and-
happy about that. They
And
play
that was
on
talking
turf.
soccer.
I was talking soccer.
Talking soccer. Yeah.
To be honest, I don't know who the hell Miles Robinson is, but
It's a very big deal to U.S. soccer. To say the
Yeah,
least.
he's a center back on
Probably the best defender on the team.
Yeah, one of the best. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's really tough.
talking
So,
soccer.
Played high school with one of my roommates from college, so
that's pretty wild.
not a good time.
Let's get into PGA Tour talk. Great tournament this weekend at the
I
Wells
wish
Fargo.
I wish I watched more.
Yeah,
It was
so do
so
I.
awesome.
Yeah, like it seemed like everything I've heard, it just seemed like it was a cool, like this course has been on tour, like it was on tour last in 2018, which I don't remember at all. But it seemed like everyone loved it. Like it was a interesting new course. I heard 17 was a very cool hole. Like it has cool finishing holes, has drivable par fours, and I wish I watched more because it just seemed like there was carnage. So
Yeah,
Did the
they used to
Neho
play
hit?
the.
I think it
Neho win?
did.
Might
I
not, yeah.
don't think anyone
I
hit a
don't
home
remember
run.
seeing
I
any
don't think
home
I don't think they did. Well,
Um,
I'd be amazed if someone did in those conditions on
Yeah.
Friday, Saturday,
Yeah.
and even Sunday.
I mean, we talked about the inclement weather before you hopped in, Trev. Yeah, they used to play the Quicken Loans here, which
Yeah.
was really only a
I
tournament that
didn't-
lasted a couple years.
Francesco Molinari won it most recently.
Yeah, and it's just
He
like
was 21 under.
21 under,
Granted,
this was
the-
a lot
weather.
different
the
conditions.
weather,
Um,
conditions.
Ditties.
But Max Homa, your guy, Max Homa, got the
My
win.
guy, Max Homa.
He's becoming a like a guy on the
So
tour.
I said
that
this
just,
in the
like, wins.
intro. He is the new Ricky Fowler. He, and he's winning, but granted, he has 4 titles to Ricky's. How many does Ricky have?
A lot, probably. And and Max Homa hasn't even competed in the major yet.
Honestly, Ricky has 5 PGA Tour wins.
It's not
Oh.
bad.
So 4
Well,
versus 5.
well,
You never know.
It's 4 versus 5, and one of Ricky's is a players,
yeah.
and Ricky's finished like T2 at
Okay, but basically,
best.
we got away
Yeah.
from what I was saying. He's the new media darling. Everybody,
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
everybody and their mother loves Max Homa. It's just everybody wants a piece of him. Every company wants to sponsor him.
Yeah, hopefully he's not getting on every commercial like Ricky too. That's gonna be the downfall.
Well,
This
it's
is the
more like
downfall of
golf. I
Ricky.
feel like everybody knew Ricky Fowler even outside of golf, and actually, a lot of people know Max Homa out of golf. But like Ricky weirdly had like celebrity status.
Yeah.
I think Max Homa's turned into that. He's going like he's on No Laying Up all the time. He's on he knows the foreplay guys, and he's on Part of My Take like pretty
Yeah.
regularly now. It's like he's turned into a mini celebrity. Maybe not Ricky status quite yet, but he's turning into a celebrity in the sports world just because of his presence
100%.
online and his he's just a funny,
ability to back it
great
up,
guy.
too.
What?
Yeah. Ability to back it up with his play too.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
He's
winning.
playing really well. So
yeah, he's becoming a guy
like
when the field's not like super strong. Like, watch out for Max Homa. He might he's becoming like a favorite in some of these events.
Also, difficult golf courses. He finds a
He's
way.
really good at
Genesis.
when
Quail Hollow
greens
here this weekend.
when greens are fast. Max Homa is really good.
He reminds me. He reminds me. Obviously, it's kind of funny I say this, but he reminds me of a better version of Fitzpatrick. Like Fitzpatrick and Fitzpatrick finished like T2 this week, but they're both like kind of when like the conditions get tougher, they kind of rise a little bit. Like they're grinders, they're good iron players, good enough putters where they can get hot and win a golf tournament.
Yeah, it's just Fitzpatrick doesn't win any golf tournaments.
No, exactly. Like that's what I mean. Like he's a better version of like he has like that kind of it factor that Fitzpatrick's missing almost. And I wouldn't even say like it's like a massive it factor because he hasn't done it in a major yet, but it's like it's that he has lacks that edge that Fitzpatrick has.
Yeah, I mean, it was kind of like a two-man race on the last day, Keegan Bradley and Max Homa, and just like between the two of them, you thought Max Homa was going to win. Like it just always felt like he was in control like most of the round, which is not something you normally see.
It teetered for a little bit. Like at one point down the stretch with like a couple holes left, he was only up one, but then he makes birdie, Keegan makes bogey. And then from there it was kind of smooth cruising. I mean, he ran into some trouble, don't get me wrong.
I mean, yeah, and everybody ran into some trouble at that golf
course. He had like a 6-footer for bogey.
Really good golf,
which was a huge putt.
Yeah,
massive putt.
Made it. But yeah, no, like I love that tournament. I said right off the bat on Thursday, I was like, this course looks pretty sick, and it lived.
You did.
Yeah, I mean, I think they should just like permanently go to this course. Like
Quail Hill is.
I don't really like Quail Hollow that much because we see it so often.
Just
like
it's kind of like reaching like it's kind of like close to like Torrey Pines level where like we see it like it's hosting majors, it's hosting the President's Cup. There's nothing really like the Green Mile at the end is like kind of cool, but nothing really like you can't like it's like a major championship course and I can't tell you what the front nine looks like at all.
And you go to Quail Hollow and you could pick out like 5 guys and they're all going to play well. Like
and
it's whatever. I picked them all in my picks this week because I didn't realize they were switching courses and I went -5. But
like I almost wish would you have rather had or I guess personally for me, I would have rather had the Wells Fargo at Quail Hollow this week in return of TPC Potomac for the President's Cup instead. I would have rather watched that for 3 days because I would have watched that tournament more too. Like an interesting golf.
That's some high praise of TPC Potomac.
It's I think it's
I like the way it
shows. I don't think it's as much high praise of TPC Potomac, but just not as high of a praise for Quail Hollow. If that makes sense.
Yeah,
like watching purposes.
Yeah, I agree with that.
I think it's definitely made its case for a tournament at some point to return because who knows, maybe the BMW Championship decides to go there at some point, or
I wouldn't be surprised.
Where's
the BMW this year?
It's at Wilmington Country Club in Delaware. Kind of
they like always move that one around.
I mean, who knows? It might be
part of the country.
It might be very cool. It's like somewhere.
I'm probably going to be staffing it, I'd imagine.
I'm sure you are.
I'm not on the BMW account. But
yeah, we'll see.
But yeah, no, I mean, like it definitely showed out this weekend, and I think the weather kind of cooperated with that. But it looked really scenic too. Is the thing.
Yeah,
but I agree, and like it's like kind of like that. The very few glimpses I saw, it's like it reminded me a little bit of Hudson National in a sense, where there's like the golden fescue kind of
nice
like
bunkers.
Yeah, really like kind of just interesting looking holes like I
It's some
said, like
nice Northeast golf, even though it's
yeah,
not.
exactly. Like I like those courses are really cool to see on tour, but you can only see them for a certain amount of months on tour just because of
Yeah.
days like this weekend where it's just cold and rainy and gross.
So great tournament. This week we're gonna have the Byron Nelson. We'll talk about that during skins, but quickly, Tiger and Phil, they're in for the PGA Championship. They're in the field officially.
Is Phil gonna play, you think? Like actually, like is he gonna be allowed to play or is he gonna play?
So that brings up
another topic
that came
I
out
guess.
today at around, it's Monday while we're recording this, May 10th. It came out that the LIV tour will not be granting the release of any players who submitted a waiver.
I mean the PGA tour will not be granting.
Sorry, the PGA tour will not be
Granting a release for the LIV tour. Yes.
Yeah. Yes. So I mean, you say peace out to Robert Garrett because he's gonna be like, all right, this is the only way I'm gonna make this money. But
I mean,
it gives people like, Ian Poulter or
Jason
Kokrak,
Kevin yeah.
Jason Kokrak.
It gives them some
I
think Jason Kokrak's good as gone, but it gives them some
playing
pause because it's like, what sponsor is gonna pay for, a spot on your shirt when, there's no TV coverage, and there is going to be TV coverage, but they're pretty much just giving it out to anyone. And it's like,
it's going to be so like, I'm honestly like, I don't want to give them the satisfaction to watch, but at the same time,
I'm going to watch.
Yeah. Like I want to watch because I want to see, I want to see what it's like. And two, like, I'm assuming it's just going to be just like a absolute, like excuse my language, but like shit show. Like we have no idea what to expect. Like are they broadcasting on YouTube? Like who are the announcers? Like who what even is Robert Garrett going to be the headline player along with Martin Keimer like in this tournament? Like it's just going to be super interesting.
We'll announce it.
See,
we'll host it on the Pin High.
Oh yeah. Well, we can do a color cast.
Yeah, we can do it.
No,
yeah, I mean, so you did ask the question, like, are they going to grant? Is Phil going to play in the PGA? I think yes, because this tour won't start until after the PGA. So, like, I think the PGA might, if he does go to play in the LIV tour, PGA might be like his last
hurrah.
Yeah, and then defending champ. I feel like he wants
US
to
Open?
play. Maybe the US Open. Does
when
the
is
US
the first
Open
live tour
after
event?
the
same weekend as the Rocket Mortgage. So what, June 6th? June 6th?
Oh, that's before the US Open.
That's a week before the US Open.
Is that what it is though?
Yeah. Oh, I don't
know. If it's early June, then it's before the US Open.
Yeah.
I like if Jay is denying releases
June 9th through 11th. It's literally the week before the US Open.
Mm-hmm.
So
Rocket Mortgage is going to suffer.
Yeah, that's not people.
Not if they don't grant release.
Yeah. So Phil probably plays in the PGA. If he goes to play the LIV tour, he won't be in the US Open. So and again, he might because it's a major and it's not PGA Tour event. And
PGA Tour doesn't sanction any of
so he might be able to go to that. But
they don't.
They might not give him a sponsors exemption if he needs it, which he won't because he won the PGA.
Yeah,
I'm sure. Yeah, he has like 5 years of at least of being able to play in these kind of things. And the PGA, and
you're gonna see Phil in the majors, and you're gonna see Phil in the headlines on the LIV tour.
I mean, that's like for Phil's point of view, like that seems like a win, if not for the rest of this, the rest of the saga that happened before all this. Like if he said nothing else and or nothing else was drawing out about like how like he's like it's a leverage to the PGA Tour and the Saudi government. Like if he said none of that and he was just going to be on the Live Tour and playing majors, like that's I mean, it's not a bad gig for someone like Phil.
Not at all.
Before we move on from the LIV tour, I want to ask a question real quick. Doesn't have to be a huge thing.
Okay.
What percent in your brain, or what odds would you put on it that the LIV tour turns into Firefest and does not happen? What odds would you put on it? What percent?
How many players do you think they need for it to like happen?
30?
like 40, like
30 or 40, 40.
30.
I think they'll be able to scrap up 30 players out of somewhere. So I think it will happen, but I'll put it at like a 40% chance that it might not happen.
That's
I don't know
high.
if that's
High
high.
percentage.
I think it's going based off all the talk. I think it'll happen.
But it just comes down to
but
the
this-
So what it-
players, right?
let me
It's
rephrase
Greg
players are gonna
Norman.
be.
It's Greg Norman. We don't know what the player situation is going to be. We don't like obviously.
Like,
the
is
PGA
Trevor
Tour is
Jones
not
going to be
coming out.
teeing it up in the first LIV tour because they couldn't get any players? Like,
Who
Let me
knows?
rephrase this actually.
I
What
might
are
have signed an NDA. Who knows?
what are the odds that it finishes the season?
That's much. I think that's.
I mean,
much
I think
lower,
once
to
it
be honest.
starts, it keeps going, right? Once you get
The all these, the XFL, like all these.
Yeah,
I guess.
competing-
I mean, but I feel like
lot more
once
money
it starts,
involved,
they'll get
though.
it going. Like there's money there. Like
True.
it's not like it's
It's-
gonna fold.
and it's also like the thing I look
Money that you
back
know of.
on.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
don't know where the money's coming from, but
But
like,
but also it's like some of these like the Dude Perfect World Tour has the like has some events in the Saudi Arabia. It's like they have like people have played in these tournaments, which
there was
kinda
one,
gives you the
the one
impression
that
that
Harold
stuff like
Varner
that's
won a
gonna
couple
happen.
weeks ago.
Yeah.
But they like that had a really good field. Like it was like
Yeah,
Colin
Bubba.
Morikawa and
That was
Rory. Like
European
they had a
tour.
really good field.
Hovland won one of those.
It wasn't even European. It was like another tour. It was like the
Oh,
Asian
it was like
tour.
the Asian tour too. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's the whole.
And the
there's
money
so
got them
much-
all to play in that event. So like the
Yeah,
money's
but
gonna get
it's-
they're gonna get 30 or 40 golfers to play in this tour. I
But
think.
I
And I think
think
it'll
it-
last if there's money
but-
there.
I think in that sense, I think it's different just because it's not just one event, like one singular event where you're like, the PGA Tour is like, yeah, go over and play one event. Like this is like, these are like, this could be like multiple, like what, like, isn't it like 7, 12, one of those numbers events like throughout the year and like coinciding with like the Rocket Mortgage, the John Deere, other PGA
But yeah,
Tour
you're just
events.
guys that are on the PGA Tour aren't going to be playing in this event. It's going to be a bunch of no names, guys from the Corn Ferry
Yeah,
Tour,
like-
guys from the PGA Latino Americano Tour. Like it's going to be those guys. It's not going to be
European,
like the guys.
But
we
in that
know.
sense, but in that sense, like I could totally see the first event going like Robert Garrigus, featured group Robert Garrigus, and like all these other guys, and then like I can see like people like PGA Tours watching this maybe and seeing like maybe let's see what it's all about. Like maybe guys like did you talk about Sergio at all? Let's talk about that too. That was crazy.
that he was going to leave.
But
he hinted, yeah.
But like all these guys are like if they're having a good time and they seem like they're I don't know, like they're happy or like it's a decent production, maybe more guys do join. But like if
gonna be
I
like-
can
I
totally see
wonder-
it being like if it's like a really bad production, like people like it's just kind of like all over the place and like just not overall
What
not
if it
good
turns into
scene.
something where somebody wins and they don't get
Yeah. I'm wondering if like these events like this event happens or a couple events happen, like people are starting to question like where is this like why don't we
Where's
have
my
this like
money?
it's and like yeah, where's my money, like that's a big
or
deal.
the officials are like, I gotten paid for being a rules official, you know?
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if something
Oh, sorry,
falls
we haven't
apart.
killed enough people yet.
Yeah,
And you know, I haven't even like we haven't even floated this idea, but like this could become like that buffer from like the PGA Tour to like the PGA Tour champions. Like if you're a golfer in your like 40s right now, like why wouldn't you go play in this?
that would make more
event?
sense than trying
Like,
to get
I do not-
like
I
if you're Lee
don't blame anyone
Westwood
for doing
or
it.
like obviously
No.
Lee Westwood's looking to win a major, but if you're Lee Westwood or Sergio or
Martin Keimer.
Phil or Martin Keimer, like why don't you try to make like 3 times as much money as you make on the PGA
If you
Tour
were
to
like
end your
someone
career?
though, like a Rory or a Victor,
No,
Hovland
you're
or
not
a
Yeah,
doing
Morikawa,
you're not
I'd be
doing
like,
Colin,
that. Yeah.
that's the only
Rob.
scenario where I'm like, what are you doing? Which that's not going to happen.
No,
But like they
there are
originally had like DJ and Bryson like on
Sure.
board, I think. But like, you know, the PGA Tour scared them away. But like if you're in your mid 40s, it's kind of like YOLO. Like
Well, DJ's
you don't
old.
have that many years left. Like playing
It's-
top level golf.
my point was, it was kind of, it's like if something goes horribly wrong, like one thing, all it takes is maybe one thing, like
Well,
the
the
dominoes
PGA
might start
Tour-
to fall.
Yeah, well, the PGA Tour take you back.
You like not even that, just like the dominoes might start to fall and this whole tour might just like collapse and under itself because of like one
Yeah, you can see it
one thing
happening.
is not ready, then like turns into a bunch of like who knows. I really like don't know what to expect with this at all. Like at all. Like I don't know who's gonna be playing. We don't know. Like we kind of know when and where, but we don't know like how we're gonna watch it. We don't know who's gonna
I mean,
be.
they're already
on the
selling.
call.
They're already selling tickets for these events.
Yeah, like
they
we
sold
like
tickets for the one in Westchester like already. So
yeah.
We should go.
good
I would go
broadcast
if I was
team.
there.
Dottie Pepper with the headphones and the microphone walking.
Uh,
around.
Well, can we go to that? Did you both hear what Sergio had to say?
Yeah.
And
I mean, are you surprised?
I'm not really surprised. It's just, like it just again, it just shows like he's kind of like just not. He's just kind of an
Scumbag.
asshole. He's just kind of
Yeah.
an asshole. That's
He's
like
a
and I also think it's funny. Like what like does he like this rules official, like he made a mistake and the rules official came out and said like I made a mistake. Like Sergio found his ball like and wasn't able to play, obviously it cost him.
Yeah, and he goes, I can't wait to leave this tour.
Yeah,
Stares
but
at him.
is he acting like it's gonna be like the rules of golf are gonna change in Saudi Arabia or on this Live Golf Tour? Like
Yeah,
it's
why not?
like it's like
They
it's the like I mean it very well might just be like all right, let's just pick our balls up and throw them in the fairway after we hit our tee shots and then make it look like that. But
No,
like,
that's the
it's-
Patrick Reed tour. That's not the LA
yeah,
Reed
you're right.
tour.
That's the Patrick Reed Tour. Yeah, we're
Patrick
not.
Reed hasn't gotten caught up in this.
Yeah, that's
maybe he's
true.
low.
Who
Doing it
knows?
quietly.
He might. he
Good
might
for
come
him
out the
if
week
he's-
of.
Good
and-
for him if he's not.
Yeah,
Has
that's
golf
actually the
stats
one
tweeted this week.
good
I don't
thing.
know.
Yeah, who
don't think
knows?
so.
Oh my gosh.
Let's make that a segment right before during.
Would
PGA
Patrick
Tour
Reed
golf.
do this?
No, just
No, did Justine tweet this week?
or did she like anything? Use golf facts, right?
Use
I think
golf
so.
facts. That's a great
She
idea.
Or they, I mean, we don't know. Did not.
Still reeling
Kind
off
of-
the
it's
Tiger,
kind
the
of-
Tiger
it's kind of-
tweet from last week.
It's not really
That's-
consistent. She's
Yeah,
not really
not at all.
consistent. She's not really dedicated to her craft on Use Golf Facts.
I haven't liked anything since November 1st of 2021.
And you retweet, no retweets at all since the Tiger,
Nothing.
since it's like what kind of treatment is Tiger
She
getting?
she got her quota on that one.
No,
She got
that was
plenty
the
of likes
last
on that.
thing. May
Oh,
1st,
it's so funny.
May 1st, 2020.
So funny.
Last week.
Okay, I mean, just moving on for a second. One last thing I wanted to mention before we got into picks. Don't know if you guys saw this, but like U.S. Open qualifiers are happening like at
Yeah.
the moment right now. And
Mhm.
Parker Cootie from Texas, 2 hole-in-ones in a U.S. Open qualifier. That gets him into a final qualifier for the U.S. Open. So that's pretty
sweet.
cool. Two hole-in-ones.
still-
and
he's still at UT,
like
right?
a real round. Yeah, he's still there.
Yeah.
Also, did you hear about this might be even
The fantasy
funnier,
league guy.
crazier? Yeah,
Yeah.
that is hilarious.
Yeah, so a guy who was in
Yeah.
a fantasy league, he lost his fantasy league, and the
what he
punishment
said,
was to play in a U.S. Open qualifier.
I think
Which-
that's got to be the fantasy league punishment going forward.
He kind of got
One, but-
got killed in the media. Like he shot like
Oh,
a
it is-
112, and like people were not happy because like imagine if you had to play with that guy in your
I
qualifier.
was telling I was talking about that at work today,
Hilarious,
and
though.
people were talking about it. I said I'm like I've played like Patrick, you both have caddied for me in these tournaments. Like I've
Yeah.
played in tournaments, and like even if someone's like playing like just like even like shoots like 90 in one of those tournaments, like it's not fun. Like they're really mad. It's not fun to play with.
I mean, there is
like,
a fast.
I would-
There's
I
a
would be
fast way to
so-
shoot 112. Like
There's
Yeah,
not
there is a fast way to do it,
You
but
probably
Well,
just be like, hey guys, sorry, I'm doing this.
Which he said that.
I'm gonna be fast about it.
Yeah, like you
I won't
like
slow you guys down.
if you're gonna do it, you have to be PSA to everyone does this as punishment. You have to be a fast player because they're like if I was playing in the group, or like there are some guys that are a lot more aggressive than me. Like
I mean, your index
they
has to
would
be
hate
your index has to be
Question.
+1, but you have
Yeah,
to enter
they
in
they
as
definitely
you could
they had to
enter in as
forge
a
a
pro.
handicap. They
flush.
had to
you-
forge a handicap.
If you enter in as a pro, you don't have to submit a handicap.
Oh, you
So
don't?
You could enter in as a pro, and that's how you get
Oh,
in.
so you just
Oh,
wait, but you lose your amateur status.
You lose your
though.
amateur status. Yeah.
You think this guy cares?
Would
What
that
you-
affect
you-
any of us?
It might
If you
affect
wanted to
me.
play in like
Anything
a
that we
member
play in?
guest, I think it would.
Yeah, I don't think you could play in like club. I don't think they would let you play in like member guests, club tournaments, stuff
Okay,
like that.
but like if they knew what you did, they'd probably be like, it's fine.
Yeah. Well, I mean, unless there's a hard out. then
Yeah,
you might not be
like-
able to.
Honestly, you might. Yeah, if you could probably say like you could probably declare pro status for this tournament and probably never have to worry about it ever again. Especially if you're someone who shoots 112.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like you would never like doesn't matter if you get to a club, like you might like
You saying you
might-
wouldn't shoot 112? You might. No,
I would
I
would
might
shoot
shoot
112.
100. I might shoot over 100 in a US Open qualifier.
who knows what the course is like?
Yeah.
I want to. I mean, I want to get to the point where I try to play in a US Open qualifier, and I hope I don't shoot 112.
Fair.
That'd be very bad.
All right.
Yeah,
On
we'll
that
move
note,
into
let's get into
picks.
skins.
Yeah. Okay. AT&T Byron Nelson, TPC Craig Ranch. We're going to do the cliff notes here. Second year at the golf course. It held the Corn Ferry Championship in 2012, 2018. Final score, -25 last year. KH Lee. That's pretty low.
I'll be there.
And Pat will be there.
Yeah.
So
We'll be there.
just stats to look at, stroke gain approach,
only
as
grounds.
always, and par fours gain 450 to 500. Yeah, let's get into the picks.
All right. I believe me and Trevor both went up half a
did.
unit.
Yeah,
So,
I had my Quill Hollow picks last week.
Did you-
that didn't
I
do
think-
well?
am I up 14.74 now, Jeek?
Yes.
Yes. I'll put it
Mine's
down.
updated. Trev, I didn't update.
So I got honors.
Did you use update it? Oh,
Oh wait, no, you're going the other way.
what?
32.2.
Yeah.
32.2.
Wow. Trev, you're making a comeback.
You know what? It's long. It's not. It's only May.
I called this
Long
last week
season.
when I made
This
my
is only
picks last
May.
week and I stuck with them. I was like, I'm either gonna go -5 or I'm gonna get an outright winner.
I
And
mean, Cameron Young was a
Cameron Young was up
fantastic
there, and
play.
I mean, Rory didn't beat Fitz, but that would have been a big win for me. But
they were
So-
close though.
I got Zalatoris and Gooch at 24-1 and 45-1, half a unit on each. Got Kurt Kitayama. He's playing some good golf. Top 40 plus 170.
I really wanted to pick him a couple weeks ago
Um,
when the field was really bad. I wanted to pick him in that event. I just didn't do it. But
So I
he
got one
finished
unit on that.
second.
Got Jordan Spieth top 10. Who says no? Right?
Yeah, he's good at this
Mm.
tournament.
Plus 250, one unit.
He was
Uh,
at. I saw he was at Southern Hills this past or today
He
with
was.
Justin Thomas.
yesterday, I think.
Yesterday, Justin Thomas. Yeah.
Sahith Thigala, top 40 plus 170 as well. Pretty good odds on both of those.
Yeah.
Top 40s, one unit on that. And then here's where we go wild. One unit, top 40 parlay.
Oh,
Aaron Rye.
love
Okay.
it.
You like it so far?
Like it.
Mhm.
He's
Yeah.
been playing well.
Davis Riley.
Yeah,
Mhm.
like that.
Okay. Bo Hostler.
Interesting.
Texas.
Joseph Bramlett.
I want Joseph Bramlett.
What do
Comes
you
down
think?
if it comes down to
What do you
Joseph
think the
Bramlett.
odds are on that?
Well,
It's-
Bo Hostler is plus 280 to be
It's
top
four-
40.
it's four
That's
people.
probably like 40-1.
What do you think it is, Trevor? It's only a four-legger.
I'll say 25-1.
It is 82.3 and 1/3 to 1.
Wow.
I got one unit to an
So
82.33.
who's
God
the golfer?
damn.
Who's the golfer in that parlay that's been playing like crap? There's got to be one.
I feel like we haven't heard Joseph Bramlett in a long time.
He played well like the other week, though, I think.
Might have. I
We'll see.
would
If
not.
no one misses the cut, then we're on.
I
to
swear to
something here.
God, if you
Yeah.
go up like 100 units on this,
Especially since I went
my
extremely
entire card will
conservative
be
this week.
my entire card would be 1 unit parlay plays.
I mean,
guys,
Me too.
you might need to start to, Trev.
I probably should.
I'm kind of catching.
You're not
up
allowed to
Trev.
put this on your card, by the way.
I won't do this week, but it doesn't rule out for me from doing it next week.
You can do a different one. You just can't do mine.
Oh no. I'm not. I wouldn't do yours.
We both do yours just to cancel it out.
That's even. I mean, I have 4 top 40 plays in my card, which is kind of funny that you did a 4 top 40.
That's one way to put it back together.
Yeah, I have 3 in mine. But go ahead.
Go ahead.
Oh, is it me?
Yeah.
Yep.
Trev's
That's
not
right.
used to going second.
I'm really not.
Used to going last.
All right, so did these very quickly off the top of my head. You said strokes gain approach, and I know, like, I think of Texas, I think of driving distance, but also at the same time, I know last year who was last year? Cage Lee, yeah.
Over.
So
Sam
I think
Burns.
I think your Jordan Spieth pick, Pat, is a really good pick. But I'll go with Keith Mitchell and Jason Kokrak, Mr. Saudi over here.
Kokrak, getting one on his way out.
Yeah,
But
right.
both.
No, he definitely will get one on.
Right
his
off
way
into
out.
the
Oh,
sunset.
he 100% will. 100%. But they're both I have 0.5 units in both of them to win at plus 7,500 and plus 5,000.
Remember, remind me the first LIV event if you could bet on it. To put money on
Kokrak
Jason
is one.
Kokrak to win that event.
100%.
He'll probably be like plus 600, but
He's not motivated by the major championship $2 million fields. He needs something more. Then I have a bunch of top 40 plays, just one unit. We'll go with Maverick McNeely plus 105, top 40. But he does pretty good value. Brian Harmon I meant to click Keith Mitchell. Sorry. Keith Mitchell, 1 unit, top 40 plus 105. My guy, Matthew Nesmith, however you say it, Nesmith.
Smith.
1 unit, plus 150.
Niho.
Niho. Nisme. And then Matt Wolf, 1 unit to win 2.2 units at plus 200, top 40.
Oh wow, yeah, he's plus 220.
Yeah, plus 200. I saw.
So
That's
1
it.
unit to win 2 units.
Yeah, 1 unit to win 2 units. Yes. I don't know if maybe I said it wrong earlier, but those are. I think Matt Wolf, honestly, like he could if he plays. Wasn't he like at the?
He came out hot last week.
Yeah, he came
was
out
leading.
hot.
Hey, what do you
and-
do after that?
I
He made
don't
the
know.
cut, but I don't think he did very well after that.
Yeah, I don't think he pulled a Jason Day where he shot 80 on the front 9 or something like that. And
He
on
finished
Saturday.
T25.
Okay, it's not
plus
bad.
one
But
for
he,
retirement.
I think he's a fan of Oklahoma State, Southern Hills next week. Maybe he's trying to round into form. Who knows?
Yeah. And then I'll run through mine real quick. I'm trying to make some units this week because I've lost the last couple weeks. So got 3 top 40 bets: Davis Riley, Sepp Straka, Sebastian Munoz. 1 unit on the last 2 and 1.1 unit on Davis Riley because he's minus 110. The other 2 are even money, so 1 to win 1. Sam Burns, top 20 plus 120, 1 to win 1.2. He finished runner up last year. And then 2 outrights: Dustin Johnson plus 1900, 0.4 units to win 7.6. And then Will Zalatoris, outright winner, half a unit to win 12.
I didn't realize Zalatoris was in the field actually. I think Pat, you said you had him too though.
Yeah, I'm outright.
That's probably a very good pick. So,
You never know. I mean,
Yeah, you don't know if he's
I
going to.
mean, he's a good ball striker though, so I think
he hasn't played in a while. I feel
Ultimately,
like,
This course fits him pretty well. I
it
think
really does. Yeah,
he'll finish in the top 5 probably.
I'll finish. Yeah, top 10 or something. Mhm. That note, we can get in the clubhouse real quick. We got 2 minutes left on the Zoom. What do we got? Anything?
Don't got much really.
I'm gonna be at the
Right.
Byron Nelson.
You're gonna be there, yeah.
So I'll let you guys know if there's any cowboy hats under $60, in which case I will be buying one.
Are you gonna be camping out on a hole? Have you figured it out yet?
It's one of the last holes. It's a par 3.
You're gonna have to bet a home one this week.
You have to bet
Oh.
Yeah.
the Siho.
True. I mean, it's on my card, but
The
I'll do it.
Siho. C is in yes in
Yes.
Spanish, and the
Yeah.
ho.
I'll have to see what the hole is like first. But yeah, I'm excited. I mean, I don't really know what to expect. I've been to Texas.
I mean, it's a PGA Tour event. You'll probably get to follow like Jordan around a little bit.
Probably a little bit.
In
That's
terms
pretty
of
cool.
strength of field, like this is like
It's not bad.
Yeah,
I think this is like the 4th best strength of field this year.
it's probably the
including the
No.
majors. Yeah,
I'm
think so.
fortunate that
No.
this is,
there's been a lot of really bad strength of fields.
There's no way
I'm-
it's 4th best. That's crazy. No,
I
like
the
Riv,
players, the
Riv-
match play, the Masters, and then this. I
Waste
think.
Management and Riv like are not better than this.
I don't think so.
Kapalua.
Kapalua was lower down just because I think there's not as many players in that event, obviously. So like smaller events don't
right.
the strength
Well,
of field hurts.
Next week's the PGA Championship week. We'll
Yep,
probably
I'm
get beat
excited.
on for that now that I think about it.
I can't wait to
the field is
look
so good
study
this
every
week
single hole.
for that. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So we don't have much time left. So we'll see you next week, PGA Championship week with Beating the Bookies, hopefully.